Let's start thinking beyond the color of our skin. People are so quick to follow whatever rhetoric they see, especially when it's a rhetoric that helps fuel their anger. They are quick to go out there and protest. They are quick to destroy things. They are quick to burn down stuff.
Perfect, no! What I'm trying to say is, everyone feel like that.
Because they are angry and because they've been looking for an opportunity to actually do these things, right? So they follow certain rhetorics without actually thinking about the consequences of their actions. So what rhetoric am I talking about? A while ago, there was this rhetoric, especially being fueled by the BLM activist group, that the police needs to be defunded. It was also being fueled by some members of the left wing. We're talking about people like AOC. Now, we're also talking about people like Kamala, but she didn't directly come out to say defund the police. But AOC would. Anyway, she said that a community without police is like the suburbs. See, the suburbs in America is where maybe the upper echelons of people live in. Like it's the part where the middle class and maybe the upper class live in. And she said a world without police looks like that. Well, this is the real world without police. Take a look at this. 95% increase in homicide rate. So one person dies unjustifiably. I do agree that the death of George Floyd was unjustified. So one person dies. But as a result of that one person die, you defund the police. They succeeded in doing it. The council members came and made a pledge. They succeeded in defunding the police. And a lot of police members were like, we are quitting because we're putting our lives on the line every single day. And now you're judging us all by the actions of one stupid, despicable, racist police officer. And you're judging the rest of them. And then you're passing judgment on them. And then they're suffering as a result. So they quit. And now that they quit, homicide rates gone up in Minneapolis 95%. It's gone up in all the other states where they were shouting about defunding the police, where they were protesting. Now let's take a look at this story from the Daily Beast. Minneapolis shocked the country in June when the majority of its city council pledged to defund the police department in the wake of George Floyd's death. But some of the 9 council members who supported the pledge told New York Times they now regret it. Many activists and observers took the pledge to be literal, but Councillor Andrew Johnson said he intended it to be in spirit. 9 council members stood up for this, and then they got their wish. This is why there's that saying, be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Councillor Philip Cunningham said that the language in the pledge was up for interpretation and had been understood differently by each councillor. Can you beat that? Then why, if you don't understand what you are pledging for, why go for it? Why pledge for it? Because there are repercussions to these things. All right, so Lisa Bender, the council president, said it had created confusion. A recent spike in crime, like I just showed you, that there's a spike in crime. A recent spike in crime in Minneapolis had led many residents to reevaluate their support for reducing police numbers, and some told the Times they never supported the idea to begin with, which I do agree. I've seen a lot of videos of people in Minneapolis, black people for that matter, who said they didn't support defunding the police because if there are less police, a lot more people would die. You would think that the BLM group that supports this kind of a thing would have thought about black lives who are alive, that truly matter, on better ways to protect them. But instead, they are benefiting from the propaganda of what's going on. They're making more money from it. Mayor Jacob Frey, who was booed out of protest for refusing to support defunding the police, said the pledge was confusing and vague. Now, this is one thing I want to say. All right, so George Floyd died, but the thing is, as a result of this, a lot of people protested and protested for defunding the police. But as a result, a lot more people died. Now, while George Floyd's family, they were able to raise funds for lawyers, for courts. I think they raised up to $12 million. What happens to these other people's families? These nameless families that have suffered homicide. What happens to them? That a member of them has been a victim of a homicide. as a result of less police on the road. These are the repercussions of the sort of things that they push. What happened to George Floyd was an injustice. We should also consider that it happens to white people as well. We should also consider that it happens to police officers as well. I've read stories of police officers who died in duty just because they wanted to give a speed ticket to someone and they got shot. They have families, they have people related to them as well. Why aren't we considering them? Now, in the midst of all this, BLM is raising money. They're making money. And they say they are raising money for what? For inequality? What about the families of the people that are suffering? What about the real black lives that matter? Because I'm yet to see BLM donate a single dime to any family who has had a fallen or an unjustified death. Not even to Brianna's family. They had to raise their money separately. The BLM organization and all the conglomerate organizations that are part of the BLM are not supporting anybody. They're not supporting any black communities. They're not raising funds for cultural centers in black communities. They're not trying to create jobs for black people. Nothing. If there's anyone that has seen anything that the BLM movement or the BLM groups and their leaders have done for the black community, let me know. I'll wait. Let me know in the comment section below. I'll wait. When you're fighting for something, think about the costs and think about exactly what you're fighting for. But anyway, I'm going to leave it there for now. I want to know what you think precisely. What do you think about this whole thing? Do you think police should be defunded and defunding the police would favor people on the long run? And even if you think so, who replaces the police? Who makes the arrest if somebody commits a crime? I want to appreciate and thank you guys for watching this particular video. I'm going to be catching you guys on the next one. But before I do, I want to quickly remind you guys once again, please hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that bell for notification, and share this video to get this message out there. It's really important that people start to know the truth and not just follow things blindly, hook, line, and sinker. Before I leave, I just want to tell us all, let's stop thinking with the color of our skin. Start using our hearts and our head for a change. Until the next time that I catch you guys, peace and Sire's out.